team, and welcome to the final video of the year and the final weekly message as we complete just another of an outstanding year here at Trilogy. It's really heartwarming to look back on all the accomplishments that we all shared and the personal and professional successes that each and every one of you on this email have afforded yourselves and our organization this year. And I thank each and every one of you very, very much for that. As I said at our holiday party, it never gets boring announcing really good news, and it really has been very, very good in every part of the organization as we took steps forward. And certainly as we think back on the year, there were a lot of successes that we can point to. And as we all look ahead to the coming year, I'm sure we'll want to learn from those opportunities where we did very well as those where maybe we had opportunities. But before turning the page, I thought it was just in order to thank each and every one of you, your families, your support people, your mentors, for all the good hard work that we had as an organization. And I think above and beyond everything that we did this year, our culture grew stronger. And I think that will carry us well. So we're going to be turning the page here just shortly, and I want everybody to have a very best and very safe New Year's celebration. But as you get ready to come back to work, I'm going to attach to our email what we've got to work on for the first quarter anyway, and that's going to be relating to our pillar goals, which we're at a halfway point with. And so I'm encouraging each one of you, it's a 38-page presentation, to take the time and review the pillar goals as well as the information that I provided on the difference maker, which I think is also very much on my mind in terms of what each of us, a leader, needs to be doing as we look into the new year, knowing that 2014 will certainly be a year of challenge. I think the macro threats to the business, we can handle those head on. The internal threats, our growth, our hiring, all those kind of things will do well also, but we should be well guided, well focused, and be utilizing our resources to achieve what we've already decided upon are our goals, and leverage those to the best of our ability. Now, in each and every one of our areas, our responsibilities are going to be different, and I think that's where we have to come together and assess what part of the organization, how we fit into the pillar goals, and then in your own particular area of expertise, you need to assess what you need to be doing to ensure that our flywheel to success moves ahead. And so there's everybody on this email is in a leadership position of employees. And so in just recounting what will be my 2014 initiatives, I'm going to go right to the flywheel, and I'm going to start off with making sure that our leaders are leading in a culturally correct servant leadership way, knowing that if we can build on the culture and the successes we already have, my job, your leadership role will become much easier, and will be easier to attract people to us as we become an employer of choice, which is where we want to be, and I'm sure in some markets we already are. I can also tell you, just from looking across the landscape of our facilities and our leaders, that we're not always that. And so there's really lots of opportunities. Somebody working on culture, working on the leadership, and that's going to allow us to have engaged employees. And I know this year we're going to try to work better and improving that. Last year was a year of kind of flat engagement success, if you will. Obviously, we have a great number of very engaged employees, and we want to build on that. But our turnover numbers are still high as far as our standards go. And we should never settle for anything less than perfection and turnover. And we'll never get there, I understand that. But I think when you look at some of the facility turnover rates, we're not being as aggressive as we need to. We're being nice, but not doing the right things. And so in terms of our leaders and the reasons for our turnover. So then we're going to have everybody get engaged staff who want to be there, who want to do the right things. And this is where all of our investment this year, and you'll see in the pages that you'll be turning, in investing in our leadership and our training and our development of all of our people. And we have a very robust eMERGE platform. We have a robust and expanding training, leadership, and development group, but they can't do it all, and that's why we have Simply Lead programs coming. And the area I'm going to be challenging training, leadership, and development to work more is to leverage our outside things that we're already paying for in terms of our associations. They have some great education sessions, and just because it's not leadership and culture doesn't mean we don't need to go there. We're all the time having to get better professionally and technically on everything we do. So take advantage of all resources. We want to be sure we have consistent staffing and that they're well trained. And you know, us as operators, we're going to get better in our staffing and our being consistent. I think we need to dig in there, constantly be looking to improve that. SmartLinks is fabulous technology, and it should help us to do that. So then we're going to work on the next thing is our service package at every campus, and that's different. And so as leaders, you're going to have to identify how the people you're leading can assist our campuses in becoming the provider of choice in each of their communities. In some areas, it's going to be dining services or something that needs improvement. In other areas, it's going to be heavy dose of clinical services. You know, maybe we don't have the right people, or maybe we're not having the right outcomes clinically. The list goes on and on, from environmental services to the business office to every point of touch as it relates to our interaction with our customers, our families, our community constituents. We need to get better, and I think that will only happen after we have the right employee teams in place as we consider our flywheel to success. And then we're going to get out and sell. And we learned a lot last year as an organization about doing that, about holding people accountable for results. We're going to continue to build on those efforts, and you know, you can see in sales, it's either black and white. If we have the services, we ought to be provider of choice in our communities. We ought to be getting the referrals, and we ought to be getting the mix changes that we need. And of course, that will make our stewardship efforts all the much easier. If we have more revenue to work with, it becomes immensely easier to manage to what is the right return on investment. And of course, you know, that's the final piece of the flywheel. It gives us those kind of resources to reinvest into our organization. So, you know, from where I sit, fabulous year. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, that was last year. And, you know, I think now we have to reprove ourselves again and relearn and continue to get better and continue to invest. And I've got passion for doing that. I've got passion to lead a company that's going to be bigger than it ever has been. And I want to get better at how I do that. And I'm going to be introspecting and changing and thinking. And it all won't go perfectly. But I'm going to find out what works best for me as a leader so I can be more effective for each of you this year, as well as for our constituents at large. And I'm looking forward to adding our new folks in this year. I'm excited about the arrival of Greg Miller, our new Chief Financial Officer. I know he will get up and running very quickly and take a big load off me so I can get out in the field and do those things that I think I can add value there as well. We have a tremendous momentum in every part of the organization, and I look for you guys to continue to do that. Don't do any momentum breakers, which is by trying to do too much. We don't do it well, so I'm asking some of my direct reports to give me the 3 or 4 or 5 things that they're going to focus on each month. And it's our job as leaders to make sure we're not trying to do too much, just like a lot of other companies try to, you know, encourage people to do more than too little. But we are a company of high achievers, and I don't want that to ever come in the way of getting things done. But we can't do too much, or we stand a chance of not doing it all well. So, again, I think it's just a fabulous year, 2013. It looks like we're going to make above plan in some range, 103%. Feeling the numbers could be 104%. All of that's good, but we all know all that's a result of all the other parts of the flywheel to success. So make sure as you're planning your first quarter, you look at that flywheel and how are you going to get better HR-wise? How are we going to get better people-wise? How are we going to get better consistent staffing? And just turn that flywheel a little bit more, and things will go fabulously for all of us. Again, thank you very, very much, each and every one of you, and to your families for sharing you with us. And I just want everybody to have the best 2014 they possibly can. Take care.